What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and PC users, fans of Blizzard IP, Overwatch, World of Warcraft, Diablo 3, Diablo 4, Warcraft 3, whatever you're into, WoW Retail, WoW Classic. Blizzard doesn't care about you. You're being replaced. By who, you might ask? Mindless mobile users. That's all they care about. That's all they've cared about since we saw the announcement of Diablo Immortal.
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
And now with the release of Call of Duty Mobile and the reports that Activision Blizzard gained 93 million new players in the fourth quarter. As a result, their stock is surging. It's reached a 1-month high. In fact, it is at a 6-month high. In fact, it is at a 1-year high. How did it get there? Well, it's quite simple. Call of Duty Mobile and their move into China. They don't care about the old customers. If they cared about you, they would not have released the absolute abomination that was Warcraft 3 Refunded. If they cared about you, they wouldn't have bent the knee to China in the Blitzchung scenario. In fact, the biggest holding that Activision has is actually King, which makes all the Candy Crush games. Activision Blizzard is a mobile app company. It is not the Blizzard we knew. It's not the Blizzard we loved. This is evidenced by terrible decision making, as Nvidia's GeForce is now losing all Activision Blizzard games. A bad sign for cloud gaming, and I agree. This is via The Verge. Nvidia's GeForce now feels like one of the very best ways to get a taste of cloud gaming, but it's got a gigantic catch. It lets you play PC games you already own if the game publisher allows it. Today, Nvidia is revealing that Activision Blizzard will no longer be playing ball, pulling down its catalog of games including Overwatch, World of Warcraft, and Call of Duty. This means that one of the service's biggest publishers, as well as the Battle.net catalog of games, will no longer be available just 7 days after a formal launch. A launch that was already missing many games from Capcom, EA, Konami, Remedy, Rockstar, Square Enix, all of which seem to have pulled out after Nvidia's beta period. Why? Well, some speculation is that these companies want to offer their own cloud service, their own launchers. Maybe. I don't buy that, though, because Blizzard can barely get the launch of a new game correctly. They are not in the cloud gaming world, I don't think. Is it greed? Well, I don't know. It just seems like any major company would want their customers to be able to play their game anytime, anywhere. Is it because they want you to download some crappy mobile app, some lesser version of the game? Maybe. I don't know. Nvidia wouldn't tell us why this is happening, but it's strange because Nvidia previously told us that it was contacting every publisher ahead of the launch to make sure they were okay staying on. Did Activision Blizzard renege on the deal? Or did Nvidia fail to get permission? We're waiting to hear back from Nvidia. Activision Blizzard didn't respond to requests for comment. And it's frustrating because the service premise as a whole of Nvidia's GeForce as a service is theoretically a win-win-win. Get to take your existing games and library anywhere. Game publishers get the same money and much of the same relationship with the customer, who's buying those games already from Steam, Epic, Uplay, or Battle.net. And Nvidia gets to rent out access to a computer that simply lives in the cloud instead of at your desk at home. In a statement, Nvidia says it hopes to work with Activision Blizzard to bring the games back, but the company confirmed that things are pretty much cut and dry for now. You shouldn't expect them to magically reappear after a few days or even a few weeks. Nvidia also declined to tell us whether it'd be open to sharing a slice of subscription fees with publishers, citing the quiet period before its earnings. There it is. That's what they care about. They don't care that people that are already paying for their games. If you're paying Battle.net $15 a month for World of Warcraft, is that what it is now? 12, 15 bucks a month? They don't care. That's not all the money, see? That's not all the money. They want all the money.
All we need to do is get your confidence back, so you can make me more money. Patties.
They don't care that the customer gets a better experience, gets to enjoy their game more often, and in fact would be more likely to purchase in-game currency and buy more microtransactions and stuff because they're just putting more hours into the game. They don't care. They probably want a chunk of that revenue from Nvidia, which is charging, what, $5, $6, $7 a month for what I can only describe as an excellent service. It's providing, if you could combine what Nvidia is doing and what Stadia is doing, now you'd have a product, right? What I don't want is to rebuy games that I've already owned. So Stadia largely doesn't appeal to me. Nvidia's GeForce absolutely does. But what I'd like to do is do both. Be able to get some of that, oh, you're watching a YouTuber play the game, hop right in, or some of the features that Stadia offers. But Nvidia and Stadia can exist, offering different options. But what I don't want is this game streaming service to turn into the debacle that we have in television streaming service right now, which has essentially turned me off from signing up to anything new. I used to have everything I wanted between Netflix and Hulu. Then they removed Marvel. Then they removed The Simpsons. Then I had to buy Disney Plus. Oh, you want horror movies? Well, you got to pay for Chiller or whatever that is. Oh, you want the latest movies? Well, then you got to use your Amazon Prime for that, and you've got to pay $3 or $4 for it. I mean, remember when you could still get new movies on Netflix? Those days are long gone. So now instead of just having Netflix and Hulu for TV, which I was fine with, now they've gotten too greedy. Now I'm supposed to pay for CBS All Access, Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, Chiller, Amazon Prime, all this to get what is essentially used to be TV. That's right. They've just found a new way to repackage cable television and sell it to us for $100 a month. That's what this has all been about. If I want everything between Netflix, Hulu, Chiller, Amazon Prime, everything, it's $100 a month almost. The exact reason most of us left cable and cut the cord is because we didn't need everything. We just wanted to pick and choose, and it was too expensive. But now they've slowly lulled everyone back in to paying $60, $70, $80 a month to get access to everything they need. They've removed all the benefit. And for me, I've put my foot down. I'm not paying any more money. In fact, I'm likely to just remove all of it entirely and watch what's on YouTube. And I might hop in a boat because it's just not worth it anymore for me. And this is what they're going to do to cloud gaming before it ever gets off the ground. Now the article continues. It's true that Blizzard has a EULA that specifically prevents users from playing a game on cloud gaming services, but that doesn't seem to explain this move. Activision's EULA does not contain anything of the sort, and again, Activision Blizzard didn't seem to have any problem during the GeForce Now beta. Regardless of the reasons, it's worrying for those of us who are excited about cloud gaming's potential to see a service like this hobbled because one party or another didn't want to work out a deal. It makes me wonder if we should expect a nasty carriage negotiations to play out regularly, in gaming like they do in the pay TV world. Holding our favorite programs hostage until one party or another pays a slightly bigger piece of the action. We recently saw this with streaming set-top boxes like Roku that aren't immune to those annoyances. Now that the precedent has been set, why should games be any different? And that's exactly right. You look at the headline from PC World. Activision Blizzard pulled its games from Nvidia's GeForce, and that sucks. No more playing Overwatch on your crappy old laptop. No more Diablo 3 on your phone. No more playing the latest World of Warcraft raid boss on better fidelity on your potato PC. than your potato PC can normally handle. No more real-time ray tracing in the cloud for Modern Warfare. On the plus side, since Bungie recently broke away from Activision Blizzard, you can still play Destiny 2 on GeForce Now. The game is central to Google Stadia's $10 per month Pro subscription, but you can also play it for no cost whatsoever on GeForce Now as the base game's ability. And NVIDIA offers totally, as in free beer, free tier. NVIDIA offers a totally free, as in beer, free tier. Still, Activision Blizzard's withdrawal is a major, major bummer. Sure, GeForce Now still offers vastly more games than Stadia or other cloud-based challengers, but Blizzard's Warcraft, Diablo, StarCraft, Hearthstone, and some of the most played, top-loved franchises in PC history. Call of Duty, meanwhile, tops the sales charts year in and year out, and Modern Warfare's removal means you won't be able to try out its ray tracing on your fancy GeForce Now Founder subscription, and this hurts. Now, we've seen some information around Activision and some streaming service partnerships. I think it was with Google, if that's right. So maybe, YouTube themselves on January 24th signed exclusive streaming deal with Activision Esport. Maybe this is related. Maybe there's some bedfellows here for Stadia, and Stadia's going to all of a sudden have the exclusive for Blizzard products. I don't know, but I'm so surprised that Google didn't see this coming. Nobody wants to rebuy their games to use your product. But when we look at the investors, which is all that Blizzard really cares about, you can see Call of Duty starting to heat up for Activision. Activision's impressive fourth quarter results were driven by continued engagement of the company's Call of Duty franchise, which is now just what management was hoping for. The company has a lot riding on Call of Duty, and doubling down on the game being released across multiple platforms, and esports were recently added to the game's portfolio, and in 2020, the hopes that the game will get a new life. As engagement in legacy titles like Candy Crush and World of Warcraft start to wane, Activision Blizzard needs to find a way to drive growth. We're not seeing signs. We may be seeing signs that Call of Duty can do the job. Call of Duty had a huge quarter. The harsh reality is that console games are losing momentum in the market today. I noted last fall that Call of Duty launch had gone from $1 billion plus event to just $500 million in just a few years. With engagement declining slowly, Activision Blizzard is losing console gamers to PC and more convenient mobile games, which are close at hand all the time. In response to industry trends, Activision Blizzard launched Call of Duty Mobile, which was developed by Tencent. Since launching last fall, Call of Duty Mobile has been downloaded 150 million times and was one of the most popular mobile games in the world. The successful mobile launch helped drive $1.43 billion in revenue during the fourth quarter alone for Activision, up slightly from a year ago. The $696 million in operating income was down from $723 in 2018, but that was due to marketing ahead of the Call of Duty mobile launch, and let's hope that's just the start of increasing customer engagement. I don't like this. I don't like this future. And when we look at the rejuvenated player base, we can look at MAUs, 2019 MAUs versus 2018. All right. A rejuvenated player base. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which released on PC and console in October, saw a unit sell-through increase by double-digit percentage compared to previous installments in the series. While the company doesn't report revenue for individual franchises, an Activision segment, including Call of Duty, reported revenue of $1.43 billion for a quarter, slight increase year over year. Further, the Call of Duty on mobile devices near tripled Activision's segment's monthly active users. That's MAU, okay? In many cases, this is going to coincide with a subscription. So if we look at Q4 2018, Activision had 128 active MAUs compared to 53 the year before. Blizzard decreased from 35 million to 32 million, and King Games, which is Candy Crush, decreased from 268 million to 249 million. So the gains in Activision clearly outweighed the losses in both Blizzard and King, but this is only going to further Blizzard pushing down the mobile rabbit hole and forgetting the Blizzard we loved, and the great titles on PC and console that we used to expect out of them seem to be a distant second to suckling at the teat of China and the mobile market. Sad to see, to be honest. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.